Hola, welcome to Spanish class for Thursday, January 6th. Spanish 1 con Profe Ferguson. This is just a recap basically of what we did today in class if you missed it or you want to see some of it again. So we started out jumping over onto formative, which you can find in Google Classroom, or you can go to formative.com and then find the week 16 formative. And your task was to take one of these, actually three of these activities to say that you've done them over break. So the kicker, pardon me, is that you need to lie on at least one, if not possibly more. You can lie on all three activities, but whatever you say, we're just going to kind of roll with that. That's what you did over break. This is about putting some sentences together in Spanish. So you're welcome to be truthful with some of them, but at least one needs to be a lie. So you can see this graphic on the formative, and we definitely talked a lot about fui in class. Fui means I went, right? So fui a la casa de mis abuelos. Fui a las montañas. Fui a la playa, right? I went. And we did spend a little bit of time focusing on how a la casa de means to the house of. So I said over break, yo fui a la casa de mis padres, because I went to my parents' house. This one is grandparents. But I did not go to my grandparents' house. I went to my parents' house. Fui a la casa de mis padres. Here, fui a la casa de mis abuelos. And we talked about how would you say, I went to my friend's house. Give you a second to think about that. And it would be fui a la casa de either mi amigo or mis amigos, singular or plural, friends. In Spanish, there is no apostrophe S, so you do have to say a la casa de whoever's house it was, right? Fui de compras. We talked a little bit about where people might have gone shopping. ¿Dónde fuiste tú? Yo fui a la casa de mis padres. Yo fui de compras al internet. ¿Sí? Yo fui de compras, yo fui a la casa de mis padres. Muchos estudiantes fueron, right? They went, fueron a la casa de amigos. ¿Sí? ¿Tú fuiste a la casa de amigos? ¿Fuiste de compras? Oh, hoy es el primer día de clases después de vacaciones. El final de vacaciones, ¿sí? ¿Cómo estás? Yo estoy feliz. Me gustan mis clases. Yo estoy estresada. Right? A little bit stressed out about having to be on Zoom again and prepare classes differently and not knowing for sure what next week will bring. Yo estoy estresada. Right? Yo estoy frustrada. Right? Technology is always a little frustrating, and I was looking forward to seeing everybody's face this week without a mask. And now I don't even get to see anybody's face because y'all aren't using your cameras. But estoy bien. ¿Cómo estás tú? The big thing we talked about today for most of our conversation was el calendario. We said hoy es el 6 de enero. No es lunes, no es el 3. No es martes, no es el 4. No es miércoles, no es el 5. Hoy es el 6 de enero. Hoy es jueves, el 6 de enero. Es el Día de los Reyes Magos. Los Reyes Magos in English are known as the three wise men or the three kings. And if you're familiar with a lot of Christmas songs, you might have heard their song, that We Three Kings, that one. That's the song about them. According to the tradition of Christmas, all right, Christmas, the baby is born, and 12 days later on January 6th, known as the Epiphany or the Day of the Three Kings, they arrive to present gifts to the baby. So if you've heard that song, the 12 days of Christmas, right, on the first day of Christmas, and you're wondering where 12 days of Christmas come from, today is the 12th day of Christmas. So there are people that do celebrate Christmas for 12 days, not just the single one-day holiday that kind of is traditional in a lot of parts of the United States. Today, January 6th, a lot of kids around the Spanish-speaking world and probably other places are receiving a bunch of presents because instead of gifts being brought by Santa on Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, the gifts are actually brought by the three wise men. So Santa doesn't have to do it all in one night because 12 days later, he's got the three kings to deliver gifts to at least some parts of the world. But the traditions are very similar. Just like here where you go to the mall and you sit on Santa's lap and you write letters and you leave out cookies and milk. In places that celebrate Three Kings Day, many times you'll go to the mall and you can sit on the lap of your favorite king and tell them what you'd like for the Three Kings Day for your gifts, and you can write letters to them and you leave out straw for their camels. Very, very similar traditions. Just happens 12 days later. Many people then just on Christmas celebrate more the family part of it or the religious part or both. Of course, there are some families that go big and do both celebrations as big holidays, both Christmas and the Three Kings Day. So, but I wanted to know, we talked a little bit about hay cumpleaños esta semana, right? There are definitely some students who have January birthdays. So I'm looking to see, ¿tienes un cumpleaños esta semana? Tu cumpleaños es el 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 o 9. ¿Hay práctica o hay partidos? Partidos, I know it sounds like parties, but it means games. Any of your sporting events have things going on this week? Definitely make sure that you let everybody know so we can go to them and support you. And bueno, that was about the bulk of what we talked about in class. Of course, if you missed it, you missed a lot of conversation in Spanish. And so please don't miss it tomorrow because you're going to want to get that exposure to the language. It's a lot more effective than just watching this recording. But tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about these New Year's resolutions and how people make resolutions for the new year. So don't forget to go and fill out the What Did You Do activity on Formative. But that was really the end of our content for today. The last thing is you'll find this on the Formative also. It's just sort of a flow chart of how to check your grade. 2 weeks from today is the last day of classes for this semester. And semester grades are the big time. These are the grades that go on your transcript, and they will follow you until you graduate. So you want to make sure your grade is really reflecting your skills and not just reflecting the fact that I don't have any evidence of your skills, which is what missing work is its lack of evidence of your language skill. So please feel free to follow this flow chart, right? Check Infinite Campus, see what's flagged missing there. Make a list of what's done, turn in anything on Google Classroom that I might have missed somewhere, and then let me know if I can be of any help to you getting these things all done, because I definitely don't want your grade to just be a lack of evidence. I really want you to be getting the grade that you deserve. And if things are just missing, you're not getting the grade you deserve. So let me know how I can help you with this, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.